and lamb. Yes. And satay. Motongnya gimana bang makannya? Kalau Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Berjumpa kembali di channel Donditan, juga channel Geraha Mu'alaf Jakarta. Alhamdulillah, pada malam hari ini saya sedang bersama dengan seseorang yang sangat penting, yaitu Dr. Bilal Philips. Masya Allah, Dr. Bilal Philips. Assalamualaikum Syekh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I'm very happy that I can meet you in person, because last time when I was still kafir, I watched your videos and also the videos of our beloved Syekh Ahmedidat, and also videos of Dr. Zakir Naik, videos of Yusuf Estes, Syekh Yusuf Estes, and many our Dai. And I took my Shahada in 2014. So, Masya Allah, it's one of the way for me to get the Shahada is also from your videos. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Now I can see you. I'm very happy. Syekh, welcome to Indonesia. Yeah.
My pleasure to be here.
I think this is your second time.
No. I've been a number of times.
Oh, number of times.
Yeah.
I see. When is your first time to Indonesia?
Probably in the around 2012.
Syekh, I'm sorry, can you use this also for our audience outside?
Probably the first time was around 2012.
Oh, 2012.
Yeah.
I see.
Inshallah.
So, how do you find Indonesia?
Well, alhamdulillah, Indonesia is very similar to Malaysia.
Yes.
And I lived in Sabah, East Malaysia, for 4 years.
Masya Allah.
Yeah, back in the 60s.
I see. Back in 60s?
60s, yeah.
So long time ago?
Yes.
So you still speak a little bit?
No, I didn't learn anything of the
I
language.
see.
I just spoke English with the English expatriates who were there.
I see. Syekh, can you please tell us a bit about your background? You are from the Christian family, I believe, right?
Yes, I was born in a Christian family in Jamaica.
Jamaica, okay.
Central America.
And then?
And then I grew up in Canada as a nominal Christian, going to church as a cultural practice. Not that I really thought out the beliefs and had accepted the concepts and these kind of things.
I see.
My family moved to Malaysia to help in their educational system. And at that time, they also adopted an Indonesian Muslim boy.
I see.
Yeah, both my parents are Christians, but they adopted an Indonesian Muslim boy.
So you have an adopted brother?
Yeah,
I
who's
see.
Indonesian, yes.
Okay.
My parents did that in order to be able to help him get higher education in Canada, when we returned. And I went to university in Western Canada, Simon Fraser University, specializing in
religion?
No. Sorry, it just slipped my mind. But because it's been so long. But anyway, it was biochemistry. Biochemistry was my major. Yeah. And during that period of time in university, I spent 3 years in university. I didn't complete my degree. But during that time, I joined the communist movement because many of my professors were communists. You know, they were Jewish professors, and they were promoting communist ideals and ideas. So I embraced communism and officially left Christianity.
Oh, so from Christianity you moved to communism.
Yeah.
In Canada.
In Canada, and I went to the States also, and practiced or tried to practice communist ideals and ideas. And I returned to Canada, you know, after a couple of years. And in Canada, I started to come across Muslims who had come up from the States as draft dodgers. They're avoiding being drafted into the Vietnam War. And with an organization there, which was communist leaning, I eventually accepted Islam from the dawah of those Americans who had come up to Canada to escape being drafted into the military, American military, to fight in Vietnam.
I see.
Yeah.
That was in year?
In the year 1972.
72. I see. Okay.
And from there, then I tried to get as much knowledge as I could in Canada, which was very little because there were no scholars there.
Yes.
I eventually went then to Medina University, studied there in 1974, graduated bachelor's in Usuluddin. And
comparison.
Yeah. And then did a master's in Riyadh in Aqidah, in Islamic theology, and a PhD from the UK, from Wales University, UK, also in theology.
MashaAllah. So you have a very high degree in the Islamic education.
Yes, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
I became a teacher. You know, after my graduation from Medina, teacher in high school, Islamic studies, teaching. And then I became a university lecturer in the 90s in the UAE and the American University in Dubai. And also in Ajman, I headed a department of Islamic studies, set up the department actually, and headed it, and then moved to Qatar.
I see. What year you moved to Qatar?
2003.
2003. I heard something about the Nation of Islam in Canada or in US?
That's in the US.
In US. You joined that?
No, I didn't join it. Okay. I mean, when I was looking, I came across it.
I see.
Looking in America, after I became disillusioned with communism, I started to look elsewhere at other systems. I had read the autobiography of Malcolm X, which, you know, also directed me towards that initially. But when I looked at the theology, you know, of the Nation of Islam, I realized that it was nonsense.
Okay.
You know, I couldn't accept it.
If I'm not mistaken, Malcolm X also one time joined the Nation
of
Islam and then he quit.
Yeah. Okay. He was one of the leading spokesmen.
Yes.
I mean, he caused it to spread from being localized in Chicago to become a national movement. You know? But then he went on Hajj and he realized that their teachings were wrong, misguided altogether. Because Elijah Muhammad was the founder, and he claimed that he was a prophet of God. And he claimed that God was a black man. You know, and that white people were all devils. You know,
or maybe they want to compete with the Christian because their God is in white.
Yeah.
MashaAllah. Okay. Yeah. So after that, after you get many of your degree, then you doing your da'wah in education.
Yes.
Why you?
And I further after, you know, teaching myself, I eventually I went to India and set up a university in South India.
I see.
Yeah, in Chennai, in India.
In Chennai?
Yeah, Chennai.
I've been to Chennai many times.
And
also Coimbatore. Coimbatore. Coimbatore is about one hour from Chennai by plane. I've been there many times in 2010.
MashaAllah. But I lived there. I stayed there and set up the university.
I see.
And then the Indian government didn't renew my visa.
Okay.
Yeah, when they realized I was trying to set up an international Islamic university in the country. So I had to go back to Qatar at that time because I had moved to Qatar. And there I launched the International Open University. At the time it was called the Islamic Online University.
I see.
Because we were offering basically Sharia and Arabic. But later on, within 4 years' time, we expanded the curriculums to include education, business administration, IT, also psychology. You know, so we changed the name then to the International Open University.
International Open University.
Yeah.
Nah, sorry, I will speak in bahasa a little bit. Ya, jadi para pemirsa, Dr. Bilal Philips ini sekarang sebagai pimpinan daripada sebuah universitas yang namanya International Open University ya. Officially located in Gambia.
Yeah, it's incorporated in the Gambia and accredited from the Gambia, the Ministry of Higher Education.
Yeah. So, Dr. Bilal Philips ke Indonesia ini untuk membina hubungan dengan institusi-institusi pendidikan, lembaga-lembaga pendidikan di Indonesia, khususnya untuk mereka supaya bisa bekerja sama lebih jauh, misalnya untuk meneruskan pendidikan di dalam International Open University ya. So you came here to collaborate with many educational institute in Indonesia, right?
Like Muhammadiyah, for example.
Like Muhammadiyah, and then you will have some cooperation with them, so that maybe some of the students in Indonesia can join or to learn or study in IOU, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We can offer some of our courses that are unique, that are not available here, like Islamic psychology.
Okay.
You know, we offer that. Many of our students from Indonesia are studying with us, are studying in Islamic psychology. You know, so that's an area of collaboration where we can provide, you know, a complete curriculum for Islamic psychology, which universities that are interested in having such courses you know, can bring on board without having to create a whole department and run it themselves.
So your this IOU have complete programs, right?
Well, let's not say complete, because complete is a big term. You know, when you
university,
look at
right?
Yeah, well, university, but you know, university that started off specializing in Islamic studies and Arabic. Then it started to add, you know, to its curriculum, education, etc., etc. So we're still growing, and we plan to add public health and mass communications and agricultural economics.
I see.
You know, courses which we feel are needed in the developing world.
I see.
You know, that is the main concern.
Is there any Christology here?
Well, we have as courses that those who are studying Islamic studies take in world religions, in which they will look at the history and development of Christianity, and at the same time do the same for Buddhism and Hinduism and other religious faiths.
But only comparison.
Comparative look. Yeah, I mean, but in that you have to go to the base, study the history, look at the ideas, the concepts, etc., and then compare them to Islamic.
I see.
You know, Islamic thought. You know, why would Islam reject these ideas? You know?
I see. I understand.
And we do that with all of our subjects, actually. You know, when we're teaching IT, for example, if there are areas of IT that people are learning where they may go against Islamic teachings, then the instructor is obliged to explain to the students why this is not acceptable Islamic.
I see.
Yeah. So that's done with all of our subjects.
I see. So your university also, we can say that your university is based on the Quran.
Quran and Sunnah, yes.
Yes, Quran and Sunnah.
Yeah.
MashaAllah.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. And also, do you offer scholarships to Indonesian?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, you know, more than 1/3 of our students are scholarship students.
The online?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we will be offering directly also, to Indonesians specifically. During the course of my time here, we'll set certain numbers. Every year we'll take on so many students, as scholarship students with us.
How many students do you have for the online classes?
We have for online. No, all the classes are online. All the classes are online. Yeah. I mean, we don't. Yeah, it's completely online. We have only a special section for law, which is taught offline because we were helping out a university that had been shut down to help their students continue their education. So we offer that offline. Also, we offer offline for students who studied a basic diploma in education. After high school, they studied 2 years, and then they became teachers. And later now they wanted to upgrade their qualifications to the level of bachelors, and possibly masters. So we offer them offline courses from our curriculum in bachelors in education for them to complete their degree.
Yeah. And the offline classes is located in Gambia?
In the Gambia, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
But otherwise, we can make that arrangement, and we have made that arrangement with other countries where the students will study online because we select the courses that they need to learn, and they can study it online also. It's just offline is an added plus.
Oke, jadi para pemirsa yang ingin bergabung dengan International Open University bisa mendaftar nanti ya, ada di running text ya. Nanti running text kita berikan nomor handphone dan juga alamat website supaya para pemirsa yang berminat bisa mendaftar ya. Bisa nomor handphone nanti untuk Ikhwan dan juga untuk Ahwat. Ada juga website-nya nanti kita cantumkan. Nah, juga buat para pemirsa yang mungkin sudah bekerja, bisa mengikuti program ini secara online nanti ya, jadi tidak mengganggu waktu kerja ya. So I say for the Indonesian audience that maybe if they already have some jobs, regular jobs, they also can join this university because it is online, and also the class time also can be arranged.
Yeah,
maybe night time.
They choose. They can choose the time when they want to study. If they're only available on the weekend, for example, they can do all of their studies concentrated on the weekend. Or at night at certain times. Or so it's a flexible mode of study, which allows people who are doing other things to be able to also study in their spare time or the time that they choose.
Sheikh, where do you get the teachers for this? The lecturers for this university.
Our lecturers are from countries all over the world. We have some lecturers from Indonesia, some from Malaysia, some from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, some from the Arabian countries, Egypt, Sudan, etc.
Many
Nigeria,
countries.
Yes, even from the US, from the UK.
Sheikh, I have a friend in San Diego. His name is Sheikh Uthman bin Ibn Farouk. You know him?
I heard of him, but I don't think I met him.
He came here in Indonesia. We do some ceramah, safari dakwah in Indonesia for maybe about 10 days in Indonesia. And I saw one of his video. He has a booth, right? He has a booth in the one park, the Balboa Park in San Diego. In his booth, he also put your book. Because I saw one of the Christian, Bilal Phillips. He said like that. So I just remembered you. Very nice, MashaAllah, yeah. So your da'wah is actually through education, right?
That's the focus.
Yes, your focus. Okay, so now we shift a little bit. I remember that I saw your video about the true message of Jesus. If I'm not mistaken, in the last time when you still have this Peace TV, right? The Peace TV in India, right?
So it was a book originally, and I gave it as a lecture on Peace TV.
I see. Can you please tell us a little bit briefly about the true message of Jesus for our audience?
Well, basically, the message that Prophet Jesus came with, like all of the prophets before him, was one and the same. You know, the oneness of God.
Yes.
The oneness of the prophets of God in terms of the message that they gave. The teachings in terms of the laws which God revealed to them. These are a continuous set of teachings, consistent. And the concepts of heaven and hell, you know, right and wrong.
Yes.
As well as the concepts that govern marriage and how people should interact, governing also business, and you know, Jesus throwing people out of the temple,
temple of God,
who were involved in engaged in interest dealings and business in the temple. This is not the place.
Yes.
The place of
driving out the people
God.
with the whipping.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So like that, we can say that from the time of Adam, the first man and first prophet, you know, till the last of the prophets, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they all carried the same message. There may be variations that are found in the teachings taught in certain places at certain times, etc. But it's just, you know, variations which dealt with the needs of the people of that time or that place. Otherwise, the basic standard teachings, you know, is the oneness of God. You know, La ilaha illallah.
Yes.
You know, and then it's Muhammadur Rasulullah, Isa Rasulullah, Musa Rasulullah, and so on and so forth.
Correct. And basically, from Musa alayhi salam until Jesus alayhi salam, is basically the message is for, I mean, for Bani Israel only, right? For the Jews, for the Bani Israel only,
well,
right?
It is not. They made it limited to themselves.
Yeah.
Because God, you know, this is for the Jews anyway, in particular, you know, became a personal God for the Jews.
Yeah.
The Jews changed the texts and made God the God of the Jews. Whereas in fact, God is the God of all human beings.
Correct.
You know, God is one.
Correct.
Okay, they still have that, but he is different from his creation. You know, this is where people have gone astray, that they have given God the qualities of his creation,
yes,
the weaknesses of his creation. And in that way, the people have turned away from the worship of God and ended up worshiping human beings.
Correct. Okay, next, Dr. Bilal Philip, I want to have your comments about the Islamophobia. Yeah.
Islamophobia. Okay, people reminded me here that I think the last time I came here, I gave a talk on Islamophobia.
Yes,
in Yogyakarta, I think in the university there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now Islamophobia is really misunderstandings, people's misunderstandings of what the teachings of Islam are.
Yeah.
And due to those misunderstandings, you know, then they fear Islam or consider Islam to be dangerous. You know, if you ask, you know, and they've done this on 60 Minutes and things like this, they've asked people, gone across America and asked people, what comes to your mind when you hear the term Islam or Muslim? Immediately they say, you know, suicide bombers, you know, terrorists, etc., etc. You know? So all of it is very negative. And this is a product of those who control the media, you know, giving them just this false image of Islam to keep Muslims from rising in the eyes of people and them beginning to listen to the message which Islam actually teaches and embracing that message as people have done, you know, in the centuries of the past.
So can you please give us some advices about how we deal with this Islamophobia? Maybe because in Indonesia also now we have, I mean, maybe not as big as Malaysia and US. But in Indonesia now also we have that some group of men doing the propaganda about the Islamophobia. Can you please give us some advice how to deal with that kind of group of people?
Well, I think that we obviously have to use the media to present the correct picture of Islam. You know, we have been out of the media. Media is not in our control in general. So we have to utilize whatever means are possible to spread the correct teachings of Islam. And so what we try to do is to focus on the areas of misunderstanding. Where people think that Muslims are violent, we show them the verses of the Quran which show that Muslims are not violent.
Yes.
There shouldn't be violence.
Yes.
You know, if you're in war, that's another situation.
Yes.
Because that's a period of violence.
Correct.
So similarly, you know, where they may consider Islam as oppressing women.
Yes.
This is usually a big area that they make a lot of noise about.
Many.
You know? But reality, we show them when Islam came in the final form, it corrected the misunderstandings that other people had about women.
Yes.
You know, in Christianity, they were debating in the 16th century whether women have souls or not.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the scholars of Christianity were decided. You know, some were saying that only men have souls. Women don't have souls. You know, so this was a point of discussion. Of course, in Islam, it has never been a point of discussion.
Yes.
You know, so on and so forth.
I see. Yeah. Thank you so much. And so that means we as Muslim also utilize the media as maximum as possible also to spread the message of Islam, right?
Yes. Okay. Absolutely, because this is the major means of communication today.
Yes.
If we don't utilize the media, we either use it to help ourselves or we leave it to harm us.
Yes, correct. Thank you so much, Dr. Bilal Philips. It's very nice to have discussion with you.
My pleasure.
Yeah, and I hope you and your family are all well. May Allah Subhanahu wa Taala give His mercy to us and also protect us. Yeah.
Inshallah, and Allah bless your efforts.
Yeah, and sorry, I have a souvenir. This is a sarung. Yeah, yes. From Safir. Safir is a very good product from Duta Tex. Yeah, Duta Tex. So I want to give one for you.
Jazakumullahu khairan.
Dan buat para pemirsa, kami juga mendapat dukungan dari perusahaan otomotif atau perusahaan transportasi ya, dari King Ihsan. King Ihsan adalah perusahaan transportasi yang menyediakan mobil-mobil penumpang, baik yang medium maupun yang bus-bus yang cukup mewah ya, sehingga bisa menunjang kebutuhan para pemirsa untuk transportasi. Terima kasih banyak atas dukungannya dari Duta Tex, juga dari King Ihsan. Kami bekerja sama dari Geraha Mu'alaf Jakarta juga dengan Yayasan Dakwah Lintas Internasional. Di dalam kami menemani Dr. Bilal Philips selama di Indonesia. Bagi para pemirsa yang ingin mendukung perjuangan dakwah kami, silakan bisa mengirimkan ke rekening BSI dari Yayasan Dakwah Lintas Internasional di nomor 723-4698-413 atas nama Yayasan Dakwah Lintas Internasional, ataupun juga ke Yayasan Pembina Mu'alaf At-Tauhid ke Bank BSI nomor 111889988 atas nama YPM At-Tauhid Jakarta. Barakallahu fikum. Semoga Allah Subhanahu wa taala menerima partisipasi para pemirsa sebagai amal jariah ya. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Dr. Bilal Philips, thank you once again. Yeah, I hope we can meet again, inshallah. Yeah, and I hope you can continue your journey in Indonesia with the grace of Allah. Thank you so much.
Alhamdulillah, Jazakumullah khair for having me on board with you and sharing something of my history and accomplishments and activities here in Indonesia and this visit.
Yeah.
And I hope to be coming back again, you know, from time to time.
Yes.
Inshallah. And you all pray for my brother, Indonesian, who was raised by my parents.
Yes.
And he remained a good Muslim, mashallah.
Where is he now?
He's in Canada.
Oh, in
He
Canada.
graduated from university, got married there, he has kids and everything.
Yeah. And please send my best regards to your big families.
Okay.
So,
we'll do that.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. William Philip. Terima kasih sekali lagi buat perhatiannya para pemirsa. Mudah-mudahan obrolan kita yang singkat ini bermanfaat buat para pemirsa ya. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you. Alhamdulillah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah kita sekarang bersama Dr. Bella Philip, bersama Kodondi, bersama Pak Evan. Pak Evan adalah representatif dari Dr. Bella Philip di Indonesia. Jadi kalau ada yang mengaku saya orang IOU, konfirmasinya ke beliau. Nah, silakan Pak jelaskan tentang IOU. Kita berharap Ikhwafillah bisa ikut kuliah di IOU yang sudah ada di 229 negara dengan 650.000 lebih mahasiswanya.
Insya Allah. Oke, makasih kok. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jadi pada dasarnya IOU singkatan dari International Open University. Ya. Jadi International Open University adalah universitas yang terbuka buat siapa aja dan ini beroperasi di seluruh dunia kok. Gitu.
Termasuk non Muslim ya?
Termasuk juga non Muslim juga bisa
kuliah di kita.
Bisa kuliah di sana. Gitu ya.
Sambil mengenal Islam siapa dapat hidayah.
Iya betul. Dan juga kalau dilihat, alhamdulillah gitu ya, yang Hani tadi cerita di 229 negara, di Indonesia juga ada. Ya, dan alhamdulillah mahasiswanya juga udah banyak di Indonesia. Ya. Sampai saat ini yang sudah terdaftar di IOU Indonesia itu kurang lebih sekitar 5.000 mahasiswa.
Oh sedikit Pak. Nanti insya Allah 50.000 sebentar.
Udah 50.000, Masya Allah. Ya. Jadi 5.000 mahasiswa, alhamdulillah gitu kan ya. Nah, dan kuliah di IOU juga sangat fleksibel karena semuanya pakai video. Jadi udah nggak perlu lagi face to face itu ada gitu kan ya. Tapi yang paling penting adalah kuliahnya menggunakan video.
Face to face mungkin hanya exam kali ya.
Hanya ada namanya live session. Jadi sesi bimbingan dengan dosen. Ya. Nah jadi selebihnya itu semuanya pakai video. Nah karena pakai video, jadi akhirnya fleksibel. Mahasiswa itu bisa akses pagi hari habis sholat subuh atau siang hari pas waktu break. Atau malam hari ya kalau misalnya pulang kantor lagi sibuk gitu kan ya.
Nggak mengganggu ketika udah punya anak, punya istri, udah kerja, istrinya 2, 3 nggak masalah.
Jadi nggak ada batasan gitu dan sangat fleksibel. Nah, alhamdulillah gitu ya. Nah di sisi yang lain programnya juga udah ada yang dalam bahasa Indonesia. Gitu ya. Jadi mahasiswa kita yang ya terlalu belum bisa bahasa Inggris atau mungkin terbatas bahasa Inggrisnya bisa mengikuti program yang bahasa Indonesia. Ada
memang dalam bahasa Indonesia.
Nah, fakultas kalau yang di bahasa Indonesia baru ada satu, baru ada studi Islam. Jadi ada program S1 sama S2 studi Islam. Ya. Sedangkan kalau yang di kampus bahasa Inggris itu ada studi Islam, ada psikologi, ada bahasa Arab, ada IT,
bisnis,
ada business administration, ada pendidikan, sama satu lagi ada perbankan. Oh, gitu. Jadi ada 7. Kristologi belum ada. Mungkin bisa diinisiasi ya. Gitu. Terus nggak ada ya. Absolutely. Ya betul. Nah, jadi alhamdulillah sih. Insya Allah sih kedepannya kita mau buka lagi yang dalam bahasa Indonesia juga, misalnya psikologi gitu kan. Itu juga nanti insya Allah.
Ya, kita bantu dengan translator nanti.
Insya Allah. Gitu.
Baik, teman-teman, ayo kita kuliah di IOU. Jangan berhenti dengan SMA atau S1. Ilmu adalah bekal kita beramal dan beribadah nanti. Barakallahu fikum.
Insyaallah.